JCI Manila has always been there for me whenever I just want to enjoy or I just want to have someone to talk to. Like what I said, diba? If it's not hard enough, it's not worth it. Diba?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Build Different, a leadership podcast where we all strive to build ourselves better through the different stories that we share with you weekly. My name is Jasper Tiongson, your host for this episode. Now, I'm so excited because we're back right here at the JCI Manila Clubhouse. And on this episode of Build Different, we're joined by the co-founder of Sonera Industrial Group Incorporated, a leader at CKE Group of Companies, and the architect behind the K principle at JCI Manila. Now, from designing spaces to shaping movements, his journey spans architecture, leadership, and human-centered innovation. We explore the philosophy of intentional disruption, his approach to building identity through narrative, and of course, the lessons he's learned leading across industries and communities. If you're ready to challenge the status quo and lead with purpose, this episode is your blueprint. Ladies and gentlemen, the next JCI Manila president. Let us all welcome SB Edison K.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Come Jasper Johnson. Thank you. As always. Thank you.
So all about leaders.
Yes.
You're one of the leaders we look up to. And speaking of
Thank you.
Standard question namin is in our episodes. Ang pinakauna namin tanong is, how will you describe yourself as a leader and how has your leadership, evolved over time?
That's actually a very good first question. Cut off guard. Yeah. I would say before JCI, Before JCI kasi it's always been employees, diba? It's always been your subordinates, diba? But when it comes to JCI Manila, it's all voluntarism. So I would say how is my leadership style evolve over time? It's because of JCI Manila. You remove the monetary aspect. How can you motivate people? So I carry that to my personal life also. Then I realized that there's like 1,000 ways of motivating people without paying them. Sometimes you just have to be a friend. Sometimes you just have to care. Then sometimes you just have to listen. Diba? Then it changed me in my companies, in my family also. So I believe that you have to care first. You have to be a friend first before you can lead other people. It's not about who you are. It's not about what is your status. It's really you have to come from a point of care. You have to make the people or your subordinates or the members feel that you're there for them. Yun yung pinaka-importante for me. And I realized it after I joined JCI Manila and after I became super active in JCI Manila.
I mean, parang I love how integral your experience in JCI Manila has been in terms of your leadership style.
Yes.
And I love what you mentioned, care. Kumbaga, yung leadership style mo, nagkapuso yung nag-JCI Manila. Kaya probably it is because of how you were involved in the organization, the projects that we have, which has shown you somehow the realities of life. And that care is at the forefront or in the center of everything that we do right here.
Yes.
Perfect. How life-changing agad.
Yes, very. Really.
Nabalitaan ko
Ang galing na questions.
Nabalitaan ko ito nga. Meron daw kayong kinoy na care principle.
No. Actually, the care principle is coined by Comdan Gallego. It's not me.
Pero sabihin na nakita nila sa'yo.
Yeah, somehow. I don't know.
In action. Can you walk us through ano ba yung care principle?
I think what Comdan coined, I mean the essence of the care principle is really people first, members first. Kung ano yung sinabi ko kanina, is really about how you make people feel. Diba? It's not who you are. It's how you make people feel. It's how you approach them. It's letting them understand where you're coming from. If you're coming from a perspective of care, that you care for the person, that results come second, but at first I care for you first. As a person, as a friend, as a leader, then I think yun yung sinasabi ni Comda na care principle, no?
So parang
I don't know, yeah. I don't
hindi
know.
ko pwedeng i-equate yung care principle to care principle.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, you put yung what you call this,
You humanize.
person. Yes, humanize.
You humanize the leadership. I think that's what Comdan saying, that the care principle. I don't know.
Super
I think
gets.
that's it.
Dahil kasi
I
ako,
think that's it.
experienced
Yeah.
you,
I think
syempre.
that's it.
I really feel that you're concerned, that you really
Yeah.
care. And I think that is easier, it made it easier for me also to
Yeah.
move in the
Okay, thank you.
organization,
Thank
be
you.
myself, show what I can do for the
Thank you.
organization. Because I know that it's not just lip service and that it's not just a matter of ego that you
Yes.
perform in the organization, but because you know that the people inside the organization is with you as you move along. That K principle.
Yes. Thank you.
But I love that. I mean, I think that is perfect as we go to our next question is, how do you lead quietly but effectively in spaces that often reward loud voices and bold gestures? Parang ganun din yung galawan mo eh. Medyo tahimik lang pero so, paano yun?
Grabe naman yung mga questions.
Diba? Napasok eh. Very you.
Wow, grabe. Kala ko chill lang.
The key to success to. The key to success.
Oh my God.
We're just trying to unearth.
Kala ko chill lang. Parang, parang Forbes na interview.
Papunta na tayo doon.
I mean, I think how do you lead quietly is how the people under you perform. I think that's the essence of it. Kasi the higher you go, it's not about you anymore. It's the people under you. So you have to empower them. You have to make them shine. Then, somehow, when they shine, you shine also. So I think that is the essence of how do you lead quietly without overpowering them, without ikaw parati yung bida. Hindi na eh. The higher you go, you should always make the people under you shine. In this time of age, like you said, diba, sa digital media, everything, no? It's so easy to get lost na kailangan ako pa din. Kailangan ako pa din yung bida, kailangan ako pa din, ganyan. But no. For me, you have to make the people under you, the people who work for you, shine. Then, that is the sign of how well you run your organization, the way you run your company. If the people under you shine, and yet you don't shine. Kasi when they shine, when they excel, it also reflects on the leadership. So for me, how do you lead quietly? It's you let the people under you shine, you let everyone shine except you. It will reflect all the way to the top.
Kumbaga, kung tatagalugin natin, yun yung banayad ang atake.
Yes.
Banayad, pero at the same time, may tama.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi I think the impact is deeper. Kasi hindi lang siya, hindi ka lang nakikipagsigawan. Kumbaga, it's really more of the actions.
Yes.
Of how you change mindsets of other people around you. Tapos sila na syempre yung magtataas sa'yo. Diba? I mean, hindi mo na sinasadya. Hindi rin yung goal mo.
Then it's organic.
It's organic because they feel that when they're with you, you empower them.
Yes.
And they get to empower other people also.
That's the word, empower. When you empower them, you don't need to say anything. Sila ang magsasabi. I think that's to answer your question, that's how you lead quietly.
Galing.
Thank you.
Tama mo talaga.
Yeah.
Ano, may next question natin. What does "no one is better, just bolder" mean to you in your day-to-day decision making?
You know, I think that maraming taong magaling, maraming taong like very competent, they're just afraid to take more responsibility. They're afraid to make mistakes. Doon nagkaka-difference yung mga matapang tsaka sa just analysis paralysis, diba? Yes. I believe that you just always have to say yes. In every opportunity you have, just say yes. And then it's either you learn or you grow. That's it.
Right.
Diba? So, sino sabi nun? I think si Elon Musk yata nagsabi nun. Sabi niya, I am no different than you. I'm just braver than you. Like, diba? Kailangan parating
You take risks.
it takes risks. Kasi kung hindi, we all live once.
Right.
We all live once. So, ako ang naging philosophy ko is, I will rather take mistakes than just be idle.
Right.
There's a 50-50 chance that my mistakes can turn into success. And I've had many success in my life that I risk everything I have or risk some aspect of my life to become successful. Ako naniniwala ako na ang buhay talaga dapat should always be a risk. Everything we do in life, everything that is worthwhile in life will involve risk. Or else it is not worth it. If it's just safe, if it's just ganun-ganun lang, it's not worth it. It should scare you.
Correct.
It should make you doubt yourself. Then it's worth it.
Tama.
That's my philosophy.
Mukha, kailangan mo lumabas sa kahon.
Yes, you have to go beyond your comfort zone.
Ayun.
You have to go beyond your comfort zone.
Gusto
Yes.
natin. To go beyond. Pero totoo
To
yun.
go beyond, to lead beyond.
Like, I mean, I could definitely relate to this. So, I mean, jumping in full-time into what I do now as an artist. Diba?
Yeah.
Parang
Yeah.
siguro if I stayed wherever I was, which
Exactly.
is my comfort zone, then I won't be able to do
You know,
this.
I remember what you told me that you resigned from your previous to create a name for yourself. And that's it. That's lead beyond. You have to go beyond yourself. Imagine if you're scared to go out of that. You wouldn't achieve what you've achieved now.
Exactly. Kumbaga, it will die as an idea. Diba?
As a dream.
Diba?
And-
What if lang siya?
And now, katulad sa akin kanina, you just came from a recording.
Yes.
It will not happen if you don't go beyond your comfort zone.
Totoo.
Diba?
So, kumbaga, take a lot of, kumbaga sa science, take a lot of litmus
Yes,
tests. Diba?
yes.
Para sa'yo, hindi para sa'yo.
Ako, I always have this philosophy that whenever you take risk, when you succeed, if you take 10 risks, you just succeed on the 3, it covers all the 7.
Exactly.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Kahit
It's worth it.
investment, ganyan din,
It's
diba?
worth Like how the VCs think,
Yeah.
diba? Ganun sila mag-isip eh.
Hindi naman lahat alam nila magiging
I invest on 10, 3 successful, it covers everything and more.
Right.
And more.
Beyond.
And beyond. And beyond, yes. And beyond.
So let's try to ground these principles
yeah.
into the companies that you've been a part of. As co-founder of Sonera Industrial Group Incorporated, how do you balance innovation with empathy in a tech-driven environment? I think very centered on kay principle pa rin.
You have to have emotional intelligence also, you know. And empathy is just one aspect of having emotional intelligence. Tech has no emotions eh.
Right.
Diba? I think as humans, diba yung mga AI na yan, mga ganyan, they don't have emotions. So I think, babalik tayo ulit, you have to have that care.
Right.
You have to care for people. And no AI, no computer can do that.
Right.
You have to care for people. You have to make them feel that they are part of something that is bigger, that is everyone is involved, diba? That you care for them, diba? So
That makes a lot of sense, Al.
yes, yes.
Kasi it's really about putting everybody together in one
Together,
goal
yes.
and have the same goal, same vision. Kasi minsan I think maybe the mistake of leaders is they have this vision but then they can't have their people envision the same thing because yun nga, walang sense of care. So
Yes.
parang hindi kayo makapag-innovate
Yes.
and evolve together kasi kulang sa synergy,
Yes.
kulang sa human, I mean, making it human, I suppose. Parang
Totoo
magtuloy
yun.
kayo for the same.
Diba, even, I mean, only us can do that. Like, even if you don't agree, the person should feel like they've been heard. They are heard. Diba? Kasi ngayon, baka you don't agree with him or her, but next time, if parang naramdaman niya na, ay, hindi naman nakikinig si sir, o hindi naman nakikinig si someone, diba? Then, hindi na siya magsalita next time. You should always make people feel heard. At some point, kung ano man sabihin niya, it will make sense. Then, it will benefit you. Diba? No AI, no tech can do that. AI and tech will always have a single opinion, diba? Opinion, ito, pak, diba? ChatGPT, pak. No, hindi eh. I think that's what differentiate us from AI and human, diba? We have that emotion, we have that care. You should always make people feel heard. Then, even if you don't agree, at least feel niya, nakinig ka. Then, at some point, out of 5 suggestions, I'm sure there's 2 that will benefit you.
True that.
Diba?
I love it. I mean, people are going to be enthusiastic also in contributing to the company.
Yes.
Which knows really values
Yes,
their
opinions.
their effort, their
Different opinions, yes.
Amazing. So let's go to, I mean, the parallelisms, I suppose. What's the one leadership lesson from Sonera that you also carried into your work with CKA Group of Companies?
CKE Group of Companies is my is my father's business.
Right.
That's what I would call a family business.
Yes.
Sonera Industrial Group is something that inumpisahan namin ni Pres Eric.
Yes.
Pres Eric. I think there's a very distinct learnings from the both. No?
So yeah, let's go through both, I suppose.
Yeah.
What did you bring in the lesson from Sonera to CKE, and yung natutunan nyo naman from CKE?
Yeah. Siguro, when it comes to CKE, when it comes to the family business,
Yes.
we are a second generation. Like any family business, how it's run. Diba? Then you will have your own opinion, you will have your own discarte, but it doesn't necessarily equate to being implemented. Diba? Kasi at the end of the day, your dad is
Final say.
the chairman emeritus. Diba? Then you will have that sense of not being a boss and yet being a subordinate. Then we carry that experience to Sonera. Like, how will our employees feel? Kasi meron kami nung dalawa eh. In Sigi, in Sonera, we are the boss. But in CKE, we are somehow subordinate to my dad. So we carry that. So I think these two companies really showed us how to be a great leader. Kasi in Sonera, whatever we want, whatever we decided, it will be implemented. And yet, we will have that sense of how will our employees, how will our subordinates feel. Kasi we have that in CKE, diba? So I think that humanized the operations of Sonera because of CKE. To answer your question, how do we carry
From
Sonera naman to CKE is finally we get to have the chance to understand how my father thinks as a founder, as a chairman. Kasi merong mga ibang bagay na hindi mo maiisip eh, that only the ultimate decision maker can think of. I think that's a very good setup. When we establish Sonera, we finally understand how he thinks. What is his pressures, ano yung pressure niya, ano yung bigat ng dinadala niya. Everything should work. Everything will fall under you eh. I think yun yung magandang nangyari with CKE and Sonera. Is finally naintindihan namin yung both aspect, yung how a founder, how a startup should think. Kasi my dad is a startup now. So he's a first generation self-made entrepreneur. We finally had a chance to experience that through Sonera. Then finally, at least, diba, we get to understand yung pressure nun na ultimately kailangan ikaw when every decision will make or break the company. You have to draw a line, yung mga ganon, diba? So, yeah, yun eh.
What I'm getting also is it, I mean, confirm it if it's true, that you being in Sonera also allowed you to empathize with your dad, and therefore improve your relationship with your father as well?
Yes, exactly. Kasi, my dad is a traditional dad, like very hard on us, tough love. Then, when you're young, you don't understand that. You don't get to understand that. Kasi you will always be, bakit yung iba ganito, ganyan, di ba? But when you're in that situation, when it's all or nothing, when it's make or break, wala eh. You will become like that. And we finally realized that kaya siya ganyan kasi mahal niya kami. Diba? Hindi naman siya magiging ganyan pagka wala siyang pakialam sa akin. Then everything makes sense after we have Sonera. Like, di ba rin, nung medyo early part, hindi mo maintindihan eh. Ano ba yan? Okay naman yan, ganyan, di ba? But when you have the chance to be in his shoes, then you will understand the pressure, the intensity of it. Iba. Then, oo nga pala, kaya pala siya ganyan.
Alam natin ngayon na yung care principle Meron si Daddy nun eh.
Next time na.
Oo, pero parang mas luminaw lang ngayon yung naranasan niya na. Naintindihan niyo na kung bakit siya ganun.
Naintindihan.
Di ba?
Because of Sonera also.
Yes. Is there any, because you've already mentioned how your kind of leadership now is about caring.
Yeah.
Is there something, a specific best practice that you have in Sonera, that is being practiced in Sonera right now as to making sure that everybody's included in the discussion? Meron ba kayong a town hall or something, may something na alam nyo na would allow inclusivity in decisions of the company, making it thrive more in this spirit of community?
I believe that kung may opinion, we have to make sure that they are heard. Whether we agree to it or not, kailangan may chance sila magsalita. At the end of the day, people should feel that they are heard. Then, yung katulad nung sinabi ko kanina, out of the 5 suggestions, they will have at least 1 or 2 that will benefit you in the future. But if you shut it down, no, right away, then you won't have that 1 or 2 decisions that will benefit you. They should feel like they are heard. Kahit ano man yan, whether you agree to it or not, they have to have the right to voice their opinion out.
So we already tackled somehow your personal businesses from CKE, Sonera. Let's go down to JCI, which is, I know, super close to your heart, and you have care in it so much as well. And I think there are a couple of parallelisms that you have in your company and here in JCI Manila, starting with LFG movement. You know, in JCI Manila, we know that it has resonated with many of us in JCI Manila. What do you think was the spark behind it, and how did you build momentum?
LFG was started by my brother. The momentum, I would say it's because of care also. It's because he really cared for the membership. That's why our tagline back then is is members first, members' rights, members' choice. LFG is, I would say it's inevitable because we are what now? 650 membership. We will grow into 1,000 membership. Like yung sinabi ko kanina, people should have a voice. People should be heard. Kasi pag hindi ganon, hindi mag-work eh. And for me, LFG is a healthy exercise also because why? It's a sign of a thriving chapter. Because a lot of people wants to serve the chapter.
Right.
Imagine if wala, we're 600 and yet you just appoint a leader, then it's not a sign of a thriving chapter.
Yes.
The sign of a thriving chapter is people, the best people in our chapter, all wants to serve, all wants to have that position. That's a sign of a thriving chapter. For me, LFG is really a great movement, a great example of what democracy should be. And it's something, it may not happen then, but I'm sure it will happen in the future. Buti na lang nangyari din. Then, we created some measures to make sure that when it happened again, we will be ready.
Again, we go back to empowerment.
Yes.
Giving them the voice.
Yes, that's it.
Heard.
That's it.
Especially, I think it's very critical and it's very necessary in an organization where you have alpha males. I mean, all wanting to lead, wanting to do something.
And we are, JCM Manila is all alpha males.
Yes.
They don't want to be dictated. We want to have our voice. Diba?
I think the best way, especially for gentlemen, for you to be enrolled in a certain cause is when you listen to them and go down to the to making it humane, I suppose. Diba? Na, oy, pare-pareho tayo dito. Diba? Let's do something. Not be told what to do.
Not be told what to do.
But to make people understand or make the members understand what the cause is and how we can do better.
Yes.
Okay, amazing. Leila, let's take a little bit of a, maybe it's not controversial, maybe it's not an issue at all, pero, you know, standing alongside, side by side, your brother, was there anything, was there any conflict or something? Was there a certain level of like inferiority complex or whatever that happens? Or if there was, how has it changed you as a person, I suppose? Kasi ako, like personally, merong mga ganun, di ba? Sibling rivalry. Kunyari, my brother was also an honor student, I was an honor student. People would tend to compare and all, di ba? But I mean, I know we're mature people already, so how would you answer that?
Ang relationship ko with Peck is una siya naging kuya sa akin. He is my brother first before everything else. So I will always respect him as my kuya. If we have that mindset kasi, it will solve half of the problem na eh. Una siyang naging kuya sa akin. Una niya ako inalagaan, and it shows, no, the way he cares for me. The way niya ako pinotektahan sa maraming bagay sa maraming aspect of our lives. And for that, I respect him. And for that, I will never compete with him. I will never have this inferiority complex because he is my kuya. He is my brother. Naturally, he is someone that I look up to. He is someone that I respect. So naturally, he is higher than me. And he proved it to me. He showed it to me through his actions, through his care for me. In terms of JCI Manila, what he's done is his legacy. And one thing na sobrang na-appreciate ko sa kanya, sabi niya sa akin, sabi ko, Pek, okay na tayo eh. Hindi ko na dapat gawin to. Kasi whatever man ng JCI Manila, kuha mo na kasi presidente ka na eh. You know, ako sinabi niya sa akin. Sabi niya sa akin, Son, I want this growth for you. Kasi iba ang journey ng being a JCI Manila president. Iba yung growth na matututunan mo dyan. It's something that I cannot teach you. So, imagine, ganun siya mag-isip eh. It's not even rooting eh. He always wants what's best for me. I will always respect him as my kuya. Ano siya talaga? High regards to him.
Truly admirable. I mean, the solid foundation that you have created. At least, parang, sige, compare all you want. We don't care.
We don't
We're brothers, we love each other.
We don't care.
Diba? And I like it kasi parang now you give room for growth for each other, and you give room also for other people to grow with you. Kasi parang pareho kayo. Kumbaga, you have a very strong support system in each other.
Yes.
I love it. That's why you're also doing this, because you know, apart from your own growth, there's gonna be growth of people around you.
Yes.
I love it. Like being a brother to other people.
Yes.
Diba? Being a brother, actual brothers to JCI Manila members too. Amazing. So let's go to reminiscences. Favorite JCI Manila project that you did na nagmarka talaga sa nila. Yan.
You are involved with that project.
Uy! Ano ba to?
The color run for education, really. Yun yung talagang pinaka-memorable sa akin. Kasi nakita ko what we can do as a chapter. When we pool our resources, when we rally for a certain cause, what we can do as a chapter, nagulat ako na the members, the media, the sponsors, di ba? When we all rally to a single cause, we can change the lives of a certain community. I mean, you're there.
Right.
You saw it, di ba? It's, for me, that is the essence of being a JCI Manila member. When you're involved in that project, when you see it, iba eh, di ba? Maintindihan mo siya eh. Ito pala yun, no? When we do something that is bigger than ourselves, then people will respond. But if you don't do it, sinayang natin eh. Because we have that capacity, we have that network, we have that friends, we have it eh. Pag hindi natin ginawa, sayang.
Right. I think what has been apparent in Color Run for Education, which we did, was we're all focused on the why. Why are we doing this?
Why are we doing it?
So that's why not just the members, but those who ran, diba, all the media partners, they really were single-minded, and they really were enrolled in the idea of what the cause is. So parang it's a celebration. When we did it, it's a
everyone rally to it, diba?
Right.
Galing.
Walang kailangang pilitin.
Walang kailangan
Again, we go back to empowerment.
Walang kailangan pilitin. Galing, diba?
Okay. So
you're project, you did.
I was so happy to be a part of it for sure, diba? One of the reasons why, why I really enjoy doing projects also.
Yeah.
And again, thanks to you and the kind of leadership na talagang you feel empowered, you feel that you are cared for, people are concerned about you. So, apart from your brother telling you that I want this for you, for growth, to run as a JCI Manila president, are there any other reasons that you could put in the list that made you plausible? I mean, and not really force you, but put you in the position of, yes, I would like to run as JCI Manila president.
At first it's really because yung sinabi ni Pek na it's very good. But now,
after several calls, the activities that happened, ano yung mga nag-pop up na realizations?
Siguro like, I don't want to waste my life. I don't want to waste my blessing. Because really, we are all blessed. I am blessed. All the JCM Manila members are blessed. Whether we admit it or not, we are blessed. Diba? So parang ako, sabi ko, I only live once. Diba? I don't want to waste my life. I don't want to waste my blessing. Na matapos lang ng ganun. Yes, I'm comfortable. Yes, I don't have anything to worry about. But that is not the essence of being alive. That is not the essence of being a JCM Manila member. If you just go through life like ganun lang, tapusin mo lang, no, cruising, no. Parang sabi ko, I can do more and I know I can do more. And I know if I use my resources right, we can create more change. We can at least a certain community, we can change their lives. So parang ako, I don't want to waste that. In the future, I can tell my kids that your dad created something, diba? Your dad used his time, his resources, his network wisely, and that's something na I want to impart to my children. You always lead by example, diba? Pag nakita nila na si Papa or si Dad is okay naman, ganyan, but and yet he chose to serve the community, he chose to go out of his comfort zone, then maybe I should also. That's a very big part of why I'm doing this. And syempre, it's really to give back to the chapter talaga. That has been a home to me for the past 15 years. JCM Manila has always been there for me. Whenever I just want to enjoy or I just want to have someone to talk to, JCM Manila brothers, JCM Manila members, and JCM Manila, the chapter has always been there for me. And it has given me so much na not just in friends, but in business, in network, in connections. No, I feel like now is the time to give back.
SB, alam namin ko yung lead beyond in person eh. Pero what does lead beyond mean to you? And of course, how would it look like for JCM Manila in 2026?
You know, lead beyond really, it's yung vision is beyond the expected, beyond the limit, beyond the next generation. But what I would want the membership to understand is you have to go beyond yourself. You should go beyond yourself to care for other people. You have to go beyond your comfort zone. You have to go beyond your own emotions. You have to be uncomfortable. That's where true growth will happen. That's what beyond means. Kasi if we just stay in our comfort zone, if we just stay within what makes us comfortable, diba? And if we cannot go beyond our own emotions, then you will be stuck. Kasi as humans, we just want to be comfortable. We just want to be in a situation where we know what is gonna happen, we know what is the outcome, but the journey that is worth taking is something that is unknown. And that's beyond. And that is the true spirit of Lead Beyond. And that is what happened to me when I decided to journey into the unknown. Diba? To go beyond myself, to care for other people, to go beyond my comfort zone, to go beyond my emotions. That's the growth is immense. The growth is exponential when you go out of that. That is what I want the membership to understand. At some point, I was in your shoes, that you're afraid to take a bigger responsibility, that you're afraid that ano yung pwede mangyari, ano yung after that, anong ganyan, ito ganyan. Ang daming what if, di ba? You just have to say yes. Say yes. And go beyond your doubt. Di ba? You go beyond your analysis and just do it.
Right.
And exponential after. Because if you say yes, you will make it happen. And if you want to make it happen, then you will find ways to make it happen. And yun yung growth. And that's, for me, yun yung JCM Manila. Yun yung JCM Manila. When we find ways to make it happen, when we find ways to be creative, yun yung growth. And yun yung JCM Manila.
Like that. But it's similar to LFG, it's a movement.
It's a movement.
But I think what I'm hearing from you is that it is more of a movement with an actual artillery, kumbaga in the field.
It's a call of action, actually.
Yeah.
It's a call of action.
There's going to be a lot of, as you've mentioned, a lot of openness to ideas.
Yes.
Diba? A lot of collaboration happening this time for JCI Manila, for example. If we're going to be painting it, diba? It's not just you being pulled to a project, it's you understanding what the projects are, taking a stake, a part in creating the idea of the project so that it becomes a bigger impact because you are a part of it, not just because you are following instructions, but because you are in the boat thinking and steering the wheel together with the rest of the leadership.
Yes, that's it.
Amazing. Okay, let's go to Edison K. Kunyari, harap mo yung salamin.
Boy abunda.
Kunyari, if you're gonna be writing a letter to your younger self before stepping into this big leadership role, ano ang laman ng letter na yun? Ano mga sasabihin mo?
Boy abunda.
Diba? May buhok lang eh, no? Pero parang gano'n. Ano yung sulat? Anong liham mo para kay Edison? Bago siya mamuno.
Actually, there's two answers to that. The first answer is, what I would say to my younger self is, what are you doing? What are you doing? Diba? You're wasting so much time. You're wasting a huge part of your life. Diba? But, of course, hindsight is always 2020. Then it comes to my second answer. Hindi ako ganito ngayon if hindi yung experiences ko eh. So, for me, I wouldn't trade my experiences, my mistakes, my regrets from my younger self kasi it made me who I am today. It honed me into the person that I am today. But of course, if I can talk to my younger self, I would say, baka nga sampalin ko yung ginagawa mo. Ginagawa mo sa buhay mo, ginagawa mo sa sarili mo, di ba? But of course, hindsight is always 2020, but I believe that lahat ng pinagdadaanan natin, parating may reason yan. It will always make you a better person. I would change some aspect, but majority of my younger self, I wouldn't change.
I like that. So parang, imagine ko yung letter, parang may mga erasure.
Yes, meron.
Kasi you took risks, diba?
Meron. Kaya yes,
may mga tinatry kang baguhin or something. But at the end of it, you're unequivocal about your message na while kine-question mo, bakit yung ginawa to, alam mo pa rin dapat ginawa niya.
Yes.
Okay. What would be, if there's a K principle, what would be an Edison K legacy beyond titles, no? But in terms of impact, what you're gonna be leaving? What is your legacy?
I think legacy means what I want to be remembered by. Kaya ba? Siguro, ang gusto ko lang maalala sa akin ng tao that I'm a real person, that I am authentic, that I don't try to be someone that I am not. Kasi kung ngayon, authenticity nowadays is really rare. Diba? It's so easy to fall into that narrative na you have to pertain a certain personality, a certain aspect, as a certain character for you to fit in, diba? For me, yun yung number one legacy that si Edison, totoong tao yan. Totoo siya. Whether you like him or not, he's real, diba? He doesn't pretend, he doesn't try to compromise himself, diba? Kasi totoo lang, if you lose yourself in this process, you lose everything. It's so easy to get lost in this process.
Right.
And siguro second is, I want to be remembered by activating majority of the membership for Worldcon. It's a very big project next year. And I believe that board of directors next year should activate the membership to either join the Worldcon committee or just attend the Worldcon. Kasi if mahina ang showings ng Manila, then how would you expect the rest of the
membership in the Philippines,
the membership in the Philippines or even international to show support?
Exactly.
Diba?
You should be leading the charge.
Yung sarili mong bahay is not overwhelmingly supporting you. Then how can you expect us to support you? Diba?
I love it actually that it's very aligned to lead beyond.
Yes.
Diba? Because Worldcon is leading beyond.
You have to.
It's leading the rest of the world.
You have to go beyond everything, you know, beyond the ordinary, diba? Beyond the expected, beyond the normal JCI year.
Exactly.
You know, when I'm doing my calls, no, a lot of members asking me like, ano yung magiging ano? Sabi ko, the chapter won't stop. We will still do what we do. As if it's a normal year. All the legacy projects, all the sports program, everything, all the GMMs, everything will continue as if it's a normal year.
Business as usual.
Business as usual. The Worldcon is on top of everything.
Right.
And it's our main priority. So you have to go beyond the normal year for you to be able to pull off something as big as Worldcon. That's where the spirit of lead beyond comes from. Beyond the expected, beyond the limit, beyond the next generation.
I love it. I mean, I'm so happy actually. I'm excited for your leadership because you're creating history in 2026 because Worldcon is here. And the best time to be the president, I suppose. Maybe the most chaotic and medyo mas mabigat, diba, compared to other years, but exciting. And I think you have that kind of mindset naman.
Like what I said, diba? If it's not hard enough, it's not worth it. Diba?
Okay, he's ready. So the question is, just to be literal about it, are you ready to be the next JCI Manila president?
Actually, di ba, it's like having a family, it's like having a child, it's like having you're never gonna say that you're ready, but if it's there, you have to be ready. You have to do whatever you can to make it happen. Because if sinabi ko ngayon I'm ready, then it's trapo eh.
Right.
It's not real eh. You will never be ready for any position or any role that you will take in your life. You just have to make it work when you're there. You have to do everything you can. Like being a father, like being a husband.
Right.
Diba? Like, when I get married, I'm never ready. When I have my first kid, I'm never ready. But when it happened, I need to make sure that I do everything I can to make it work. So siguro now I'm also in that stage. I wouldn't say I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I am ready but
So many aspects.
In so many aspects. But I wouldn't say that I have it all figured out.
Yeah.
Siguro if there's something, I will do whatever it takes to make it work.
Amazing. I mean, that is where growth will really happen. That kind of mindset, diba? That you're open to more changes.
Yes.
Nothing is perfect. I mean, not everything is perfect, but for sure, if you work on it and you're proactive about things, then it will be better. It will go beyond your expectations, I suppose. But in the meantime, before we go beyond, we're going to be taking a short break.
Edison's leadership fused strategy with empathy, turning a single event into a multi-sector movement. It's a textbook example of how civic innovation can scale when you lead beyond titles, beyond expectations, and beyond limits. Visit www.jcimanila.org to get to know more.
All right, welcome back to Build Different. And of course, we go back with a staple here in Build Different, which is a game we call Different, Different, Same, Same. Kasi ibig sabihin, meron tayong mga iba-ibang mga palaro, o nga, iba't ibang mga kuro-kuro sa mga bagay-bagay, but at the same time, we agree on some things, and that's what makes everything special also. So, we're gonna be doing a lead beyond lightning round. Para medyo aligned pa rin sa lead beyond, no? So, gusto namin, on top of your mind, very fast, very honest, and syempre, from the gut lang, diba? Wala masyadong isip-isip. Parang wala kang chance mag-isip. So, tatanungin natin, sagot lang, ganun. What's one leadership trait that is overrated? Yun na, nag-isip na siya.
Siguro yung structure for me. Yung structure ng leadership, that there is a structure that someone is this, that, and that, and that. For me, ang leadership should be a servant leadership.
Right.
The higher you go, the humbler you should get.
Wow.
Walang, kasi ganito siya, kasi ganito siya, kasi ganito siya. Yun yung pinaka-overrated for me, that there is a hierarchy.
Okay.
Hierarchy is something that is integral.
Yeah.
Pagka sobrang laki mo na, like your multinational. But for me, especially in JCI Manila, it should always be servant leadership.
Right.
You should always care for the people. You should always care for your committee. You should always care for the chairman. Should always care for the people who are actually doing the project. Yun yung pinaka-overrated for me, like someone na, uy, siya ganito, uy, siya ganito. Hindi yun eh.
Titles.
Hindi yun eh. For me, hindi yun eh. Ang pinaka-importante sa leadership is really servant leadership.
Okay, let's go back to some, well, on top of your mind, what's a bold decision that you made that no one saw coming? Bilang mahilig kang mag-risk, diba? Meron bang isang decision na naalala ka na hindi in-expect ng mga tao? Yes, lead beyond.
JCI or in life?
Wherever.
Siguro when I include some people in my slate. That's when no one saw coming.
Okay.
So yun.
Okay, parang gets ka na. Ibig sabihin, para sa akin, top of my mind, para you're seeing somebody, something in that person that is special, na hindi nakikita na iba.
Nakikita na iba.
Okay. Okay, next question. When do you know it's time to step back instead of step up?
Siguro when it's overwhelmingly complicated. When it's overwhelmingly chaos. You don't need to make a decision right there and then.
Right.
You have to step back. You don't need to make a decision when it's chaos, when it's super complicated. You don't need to make a decision. You need to step back.
Kumbaga, grace under pressure.
Yes, you need to step back. Kasi whatever decision you will make under that stress, that pressure, is probably wrong.
Right.
You need to step back. You need to step
I
back.
like that. Hinga-hinga muna. Hinga muna.
Hinga muna.
Kalma lang.
Yes.
Okay, ano mas mahirap, SB? Leading peers or mentoring juniors?
For me, leading peers. Kasi your peers is your friends. It's your friends. And your friends is, they became your friends first before you lead them, di ba? So, merong certain aspect na, ano to, kaibigan ko to, tropa ko to, pero bakit ganyan niya ngayon, di ba? Di ba? So, parang, it's really hard. But, mentoring the younger generation, it's so easy kasi you have that authority over them to mentor them. Then, they naturally will listen to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gets. What's one thing that you wish yung more leaders could unlearn? Yeah.
Could unlearn.
Unlearn. Ano ba yung kailangan i-unlearn?
It's really not the title. It's how you care for your people. It's who you are as a person. It's your authenticity. Because ngayon, it's so easy nga to get lost in the title. It's so easy to get lost in the moment of glory. Diba? But you have to have that emotional intelligence also.
Right.
To realize that hindi yun eh. People are trusting you with this position is because they believe in you and you have to give it back. You cannot act in a certain way na kala mo kasi no. Hindi pwede ganun. You have to make the people realize that tama sila. Binoto ko to, tama to.
What's your go-to move when a team hits a wall?
When the team hits a wall, that's the time I take over. Kasi as much as possible, I want to empower them.
Exactly.
I want to empower them. I want them to make the decisions.
Right.
But when they hit a wall, that's the time I take over. Because at the end of the day, yun naman talaga ang leader. When all else fails, kaya ko pa din.
Right.
Whether it's right or wrong, I have to do that. When the team hits a wall, I should take over. I should make them feel that kaya pa din.
Got it. Because I think there's a certain level of wisdom already for you.
Yeah.
Because if you empower them, you heard what they had to say, then you create the big decision as the one leading the rest of the leadership.
Exactly.
Okay. Ito, metaphorical.
Yeah.
Hindi kailangan gawin. What's a leadership value na ipapatato mo sa arm mo, if ever? Metaphorically lang. Pero pwede rin literal kung gusto mo. Gusto mo makita.
Yun nga. Lead beyond, di ba?
Yeah!
Hindi, totoo talaga. Yun talaga. It's really, doon talaga nag-uumpisa lahat. You have to go beyond everything you know. You have to go beyond yourself. You have to go beyond your emotions. Diba? If you go beyond everything, as in life, diba? Then you will realize a lot of things. If you just stay in that superficial wall, in that whatever the title will give you, whatever you feel during the moment, you have to go beyond everything. You have to go beyond that. Pagka na-realize mo yun na you have to go beyond everything, not just now, you have to go beyond of it all.
Right.
Then, yun eh. Yun for me. Yun eh. Yun yung exponential growth.
Got it. Now, let's go to one specific instance when you led beyond expectations pero no one clapped. Meron ba?
Siguro when I share a project under Press Dodds nga, yung sa Puso sa Poso. I really went beyond sa project na yun. Yung nakita ko yung community, gaano kahirap yung community, gaano kalaking problema. Diba? I really went beyond myself. Sabi ko, hindi lang pwede hanggang dito yung gagawin natin. Kasi the project is originally, too big impact lang eh. The project is originally, Poso lang eh. Poso lang. Sabi ko, hindi pwede tumigil dito. Sabi ko, kailangan tulungan talaga natin yung community. And we ended up donating solar street lamps.
Wow.
We ended up donating farm equipments. We ended up partnering with the DA to teach the farmers how to farm. Kasi meron na silang poso eh.
Correct.
So, they have water na. So, they can...
What can be done?
They can farm, they can, hindi na nila kailangan antayin yung ulan.
Right.
So, yun yung example ko ng really going beyond the project. But the project itself is really too big impact lang. Nakita namin, sobrang hirap ng community. As in, walang daan, putik everywhere, poverty, di ba? Sabi ko, we have to do more. We have to go beyond, di ba? Iba.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So that's the real impact, I suppose.
Yes.
When the real impact doesn't require people
Doesn't require
for them to clap for you.
Yeah.
But the goal is to really go back to the why,
Yes.
resolve the problem, present solutions,
And go beyond that.
and go beyond that. Make it sustainable.
Yes.
Make it a part of your lifestyle. Amazing. Wow. And I think we've gone beyond. I mean, we've discussed a lot in this afternoon. I know that our viewers or listeners really learned a lot. Coming from like a personal perspective of being a brother, of being in a community, and of course of having your own kind of a business, coming from a family business to your own and whatnot. So I guess, we've covered a lot, ladies and gentlemen, and we have really went beyond. And I think our SB is ready to be the president of JCI Manila and lead beyond. And hopefully you guys could do something beyond that as well. Maybe you should follow this podcast already, like, subscribe, and make sure that you get empowered in every episode. My name is Jasper Chongson, and this has been Built Different. Thank you so much for joining us.
Built Different podcast would like to thank Henry's Cameras, Power Mac, Hollyland, Ugreen Philippines, Kappa Cabina, Surge Digital Media, Madcap Productions, Days Media Group, Jazz Up Communications,